Hi, welcome and thank you for tuning in today and I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for your time. Today I wanted to discuss on three areas what we can focus and how we can keep more intentions and how we can develop on these three areas by understanding it with a different perspective and ask some of these questions as I speak to you, or else after this video or while I'm talking about some issues or some topic, pause it, make a note and see to analyze where do you stand and what are such kind of situations happened ever, if ever happened, or else accept that this is going to happen. It's part of life. So let's get deep dive into it. And more importantly, I want you to pay a little attention to all these three areas. But at some point of time, we are going through this, or we must have gone through, or for sure at some point of time you're going to interact with these kind of situations in your life if you haven't already gone through it. So pay a little close attention and let's try to deep dive into it to understand what best can we do together. Let's say, and I say these are the top three, and this is the top three. I mean, this is not only the three, but top three, which I feel can make a little bit of impact in everything you do for your daily interactions. Now, starting with number one, when do you learn most? When you have a wonderful day, when you're having a fantastic day, good day, you start up your day, started going to the work. Say, for example, 88 to 90% of people are working. So let's say you started going to the work, in the morning you wake up, you had a wonderful coffee, elevator is working fine, the car is perfect condition, you drive, no traffic, you reach to work 10-15 minutes before, beautiful, there's no challenges in the work, it's a wonderful day, people are smiling at you, people are doing the best they could, but then you're so much of happy, in between your wife calls up, your girlfriend calls up saying that, hey, how are you doing, honey, it's beautiful, everything is wonderful, and you had a wonderful day by end of the day. And then an idea is that how often do you get those kind of days, a perfect 24 hours, just for an example. Now let's talk about a tough and challenging day. Reverse all the situations which I spoke with. You get up in the morning, nobody makes a coffee for you, you make your own breakfast, gas don't work, you went to make a coffee, the kettle is broken, or you don't get a milk on time. You happen to read the newspaper, you didn't get the newspaper on time. See, you started your day grumpy. You wanted to go take shower, no hot water coming. You see, you wanted to, while you're shaving, you cut, you're bleeding a little bit, and it's already a bad day. You go to a car doesn't function. Now, you call someone to help you or book a cab, it's delayed. And the process with all these negative things which happen in the first 2-3 hours of your life, the traffic is so much. Your boss is calling you for 2-3 important things which you need to attend, say in half an hour from now. Now you reach 30 minutes late. Your boss is yelling at you, or you're not meeting the client demands. You're expecting something to be done through the colleagues which you need to present to your boss, but your colleague didn't show up, or say they didn't complete the task which you had given them one day before, or 3 months before, 2 months before, whatever it is. And the guy who's supposed to clean your pantry in your office, or arrange the lunch, so on and so forth, didn't show up, and saga goes on. And your wife calls up, said that you need to get these and that because needed for kids or groceries on the way back. You're stressed out. You're maybe from the school teacher calls up saying that one of your son has a disciplinary issues which you need to come and meet in the next week, and sort of certain things. Saga goes on. End of the day, you go to the bed thinking this is one of the worst days of your life. Now, you can get depressed, or you can learn from each and every step what you could do better and how you can plan it in advance in many aspects of life. So more of the time, when you have a happy living 30 days, if you ask, did you manage to get something inner developed or inner personality developed in any aspect. Maybe you mastered all those things, so that's why you're having a good day. But it is still, you learn most of the time when you have a challenging situations, tough situations. I don't call it bad, but you can name it. That's what we say, it's a bad day. Okay, out of 10 things, probably one thing can happen. You can still say it's a bad day. Or you can just challenging day, or it's a tough day. You could have done it better. So idea of these points which I explained here is that we learn most of the time, not when you're having a fantastic day, but when you're going through the tough days, challenging days, you call it bad days, so on and so forth. And where do you learn most, or where can you learn most? Ask your questions, and I'm sure you get some answers. So that is something that you really need to focus. You can always, I'm not saying that you need to go through entire your life with the challenging situations, but at some point in time, if you do go through, reflect back and think with a calm mind and see what is this particular situation is trying to teach you. How much in advance you need to prepare. What can you do better in order not to repeat? There are certain things which is going to repeat. In a plan for your uh, the car to break down, it might happen one day, but you need to have a backup plans. Or else, call up and say, ask someone help. Or else tell your boss, hey, you know what, this is what happened, and whatever the things that we had. And even though, but telling them or keeping them informed in advance. And sometimes we try to pretend that we're doing everything okay, thinking that your boss will understand. Unfortunately, nobody will understand unless until you will explain your present situation. If you're having a tough time, call someone. Have a courage to say, you know what, this is what happened. I'll be late. It might take time. I'm sorry, but this is where it is. See if I can get any help from you. Or else, this is where do I stand. And no one is a Superman here to do everything. And if you have 100 responsibilities, you're not a Superman to do it. You're a human being and you're dependent on many other people, many other hands. But then preparing yourself for the next similar situation in a better version of yourself, what you had gone through today, is most important. That's why you can always learn more when you have a tough, challenging, or difficult situations, or someone call it as a bad day. So that's one way of understanding. So when you have a good day, see still, how much you went across, be happy, but at the same time, whenever you have a challenging situations, dig down, dig deep and to see what is that particular situation or particular situations trying to teach you. Now, second important thing is, to the core of my heart, it's the most important thing that you need to get used to it. Now, wherever the situation you are in your life so far, be it in your proposing to the girls, being it in applying for the jobs, or being applying for a college admissions, or else in a sports arena, wherever you are. How many S you got? How many S's you got before getting a no? Or did you get more no's than S's? And the ratio will always tell you. But yet, every time we face one rejection, one no, we think the old is collapsed. It's okay. If I count last 20 years, number of applications which I applied for a jobs, last 20 years, count less. I got only few opportunities. There are millions of no's before I could, I don't say millions, there are a number of, I would say thousands of no's before I get some S to the final level. And that's okay. And the best part of one of the things which I got used to it also, best way of getting no's is to work on any kind of, or to, to do some part-time job in a networking companies. You Google it and see there are so many network companies just to experience, and some of them are working last 10 years, 5 years, 8 years. It's not that, you want to go and sell some products in a networking companies. What I'm trying to tell you is try to understand no is a part of your life. It's going to be part of your life. If you think that every day you're going to get S's, even your kids, even your friends and families, the own family, the first circle of your family members are going to say no 100 times for certain things you wanted to do it. And get used to it, honestly. And don't get upset, don't get offended. You don't need to put yourself down because you're getting a rejection by companies. It's okay. Like you, there are 100 people are trying to get the same job. Like you, there are 100 people are trying to get the same admissions where you want to go. Again, going back, what is that particular situation is trying to teach you? What are you lacking? And how can you do better? And there's a wonderful phrase I heard today in the morning. When someone says no, be positive and say, next. What is next? What is my next opportunity? What is my next trial? It's okay. Again, you're going to get no. It's okay. But try. Don't get disappointed when you get no's, because get used to it. This is going to be part of your life. And look at that in an equal vision. And always think that how you can do better. Sometimes there are no reasons. People don't respond to you. You can knock and knock and knock the doors. People are not going to respond. And that's okay. You give yourself a try. You follow up with one call, you follow up with the second call. No response, that means literally they might have a different agenda. Maybe they're not looking at your profile. They have a different, you never know how many things goes on that side of the world, because you're only focusing because you're in need, and why are they not focusing on me, right? They received hundreds of applications like you. And what is so special about you that they need to take you? You need to identify that and how you can make yourself separate from others, so that the moment they look at you and say, you know what, this is a guy we want. And maybe from other side, maybe it's not the male they want, maybe it's a female. Maybe it's a different, nobody is going to tell you their criteria, even though publicly they say, okay, equal employee opportunities. There are 100 things goes internally which you don't know. I don't know. Maybe that particular place is not giving visas to the external people. They're only focusing on that internal. And there are many things can go. So I'm not getting in deep dive into it. So get used to no's, and always ask whichever the profession you are in, how many A's you got so far, wherever you are today. And that should be able to give you, when you analyze that, that's going to be part of your life. And yeses will be coming. For sure it will come. No doubt about it. But as long as you keep moving and keep giving a shot, giving me a try. So that is the second part. Now, this is again connecting one to each other. What is easy? Say for example, we talked about the first part or second part. Getting something, is it easy or is it hard? Say, look at your job, or look at your business, or look at some deals you got. Was it easy, like you just tried it and you got it at a first instant? Or is it number of errors, number of trials, number of mistakes? You got one S, or you got into the particular place. And how about giving up? Be it in your relationships, being it in your profession. Giving up, you're having a hard time, tough time with your boss. Is it easy to type a resignation letter and sign and give it to him? Or is it hard? It's simple. It's one decision away. You know what, boss? Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Was it hard? Was it hard at all? No. But again, if you understand the process of how hard it took for you to get there in the first place, appreciating again, irrespective of what are the challenges you're going through, you're going to appreciate the time you were given in that particular company, particular job, particular the project you are handling. Difficult challenges are going to be there, but you need to find a way to sail through those situations instead of easily, this is it, this is not working the way I want. I'm not saying that, you hang in there till the end of your life, but there are many petty things again, carrying the baggage of ego behind your back. When it comes to those terms, if it is not my word, why not, it's me, I have the position, so on and so forth. So there are many things that you need to understand in a personal development. At the end of the day, it's a situation you're dealing with. and maybe the other person is having a bad day in his family, a bad day or entire some difficult situation he's going through. I know you don't need to go through that extent to understand, but hey, you know what? Like you, there are many people around, not only in place where you're working and around the communities or around the planet, around the places, around the industry, and most of them are going to some situation or similar situations towards like what you're dealing with. It's better to get a more grasp and try to understand in a bigger picture and see what can you do differently, or else ask the boss, when he calms down, you go and ask, hey, you know what, help me out. I'm not sure what's coming out of it, and how can I do better, and can you help me? And most of the organizations, if they really value and the culture um, they're representing, they will try to help you or at least guide you, or at least they will be honest and tell you, hey, you know what, this is not working, this is not good for your tea, I think you better find something else. It's okay. At least you have a courage to go and ask, and if something is really not going, it's always ask, the people you're working with, how can you do better, what is that you're lacking, look at your basics, and maybe there are certain improvements you need to do it in your own life that's causing you, or maybe you have a different personal problems which is affecting your work, or your work is affecting your personal problems. I don't know, you really need to find out. But then always, before you giving up, ask simple question. How long did it take for you to, say, marry someone or find that girlfriend that you're living with for the last couple of years, or working in a place? How long that entire process took, and how did it make you the person that you are today? And how long will it take to give it up? Because one decision away, but this take a long way and long efforts and a lot of efforts. So I hope that helps. You learn a lot of things on challenging days. You will get a lot of no's before you get an S, and it's easy to give up on the things which you may feel like pressurized or given a little bit of challenging situations. But first, if you understand the other side of the world, and you will always take a calculated decisions which can help you to grow in terms of your day and moving forward. Hope that helps, and talk to you soon. And do leave your comments and thoughts, your opinions on whatever the experience you're going through or you might have gone through, or how it helped, and how these inputs can help you to grow, if at all that's of any help. Thanks for watching, and talk to you soon. Keep moving, keep developing. Most importantly, get used to the no's. Try to understand the difficult situations. What is it trying to teach you? Never give up. Giving up is easy. However, before you giving up, and how long did it take for you to get there? If you ask and analyze, you will definitely take a smart decisions before you're giving up. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.